Hello, beautiful fellow human beings. Retying that articulated fly, which is here. I kind of blasted through it because I really wanted to see how, excuse me, how it moved. Forgot to vocalize testing 1, 2 before hitting live, but I sit here silently for so long and then just go to talking. But I didn't spend a terrible amount of time on it. I scored this spool of Dacron from Sailorman, and down in Fort Lauderdale. It's a marine salvage, and man, it's soft, but worked really well. So they're 34007, and I can't remember the number for these. Pretty well the same shape. Or whoops, my bad, pointed to the wrong hook. Big ol' eye, so it has like plenty of movement. That's my thought behind that anyway. And the bead is from that hat I found. The necklace that was on it. Evening, Robert. First attempt at it, well, technically second attempt. I did get a post-fly kit that was the same setup. Essentially, well, the same setup, and it was using firewire or fireline and 2 beads. This kit was called the Heisenberg, and it came with this pink Estaz, I believe it is, that's unreal. It came with a good amount of it too. It's pretty small packets, but the chenille, man, I've used it for a ton. Jeez. I always forget to like sing a little song before I hit live. At least there's nothing in my eye this time. Oh, it's in here. I need this anyway. I got some stuff. Man, I got some materials today online, and excuse me. Thankfully, I hit EP brush or crafter brush, EP brushes after I hit, you know, complete order, because I wouldn't even know where to start. There were so many, because man, that's like an instant bait fish, and for game changers, and could do huge articulated, stumbling over my words. Finally found the stuff with the squirmy legs, like the rubbery strands in it, and man, all the variations of color. There was some that I'm definitely gonna get. $16, but it comes with a bunch of packets. It kind of reminds me of like a pack of these, but nice fluorescent yellow. I think they called it atomic yellow. I could look up who makes it. It was Game Changer variety or something. Here's the Estes from the post-fly kit, which, man, it's just about as much as you get in a decent sized pack, because I use a ton of it, so I gotta try to find this. It's like a, I don't know, like an 80s Barbie pink or some shit. It's that, like, kind of, not quite orangey pink, highlighter pink, I guess. Fluorescent pink, but, man. This is the stuff from Ruben Flores jigs. Might as well show that since we're here. I like to. And New Age, they're all labeled. Size 4.5 on these guys and number 2 on this. But man, look at this. Purple and blue. So purple fibers and blue strands of flash. Aloha, David. Giovanni, how are you doing? Lily Evers, right on. I don't sell plants anymore because I don't grow plants anymore, at least not for a while, but I do resale. I worked at a vintage store, or I started working at a vintage store when I was 13, and have been collecting things from the darndest places since then. And I don't go to thrift stores and buy for resale, not that. Like, yard sales, flea markets, stuff just sits there. Sometimes you'll see all the same stuff the next day and get more of a chance to get money's worth. But right on, do you not have hobbies though? Like, gotta have some balance, man. Gotta be this orange and that green. Yeah, but the EP brushes, holy trucks. Like, there's another one, 3D or 5D or something they called it. I gotta remember names better. Anywho, this, I'm going to put the eyes underneath. The hooks are so heavy, it's got such a meaty point that it wants to ride upside down anyway. None of the lead eyes I have are gonna turn it around. I like feeling like things are weedless because I get caught a lot, but in reality it's just sand here. Hey Barry, the moon full. It was really full yesterday. I could check it now. I appreciate that, TJ. Yeah, the starfish is back. I finally plugged in the glue gun. Let me see. Yeah. I did not change. Went to my parents to dig around boxes. Ooh, nice rainbow around the moon. There's a perfectly circular cloud. I should have brought the phone, dang it. But it'll be past by the time. Wow. There's a perfect circular cloud, and there's a big old rainbow around the moon. And the cloud's only like 5 times larger than the rainbow around the moon, which is like 5 times larger than the moon. So it's like a big old bullseye, or a breast, if you will. Finally remembered the yellow paint from my parents, so I'm gonna do that starfish. Probably tomorrow when the sun is out, unless it rains. Alright, so I'm gonna zoom on in. And let me grab a bead real quick. This is the necklace that I found the beads on. And let's see if so these have nice, I mean the wood ones, but I want to see how much they float. I doubt it'll really affect anything, meaty hooks, but beads that are for like leather cord are gonna have nice holes, so probably could fit that on numerous hooks too. That would be neat. I want to do the bullet shells, but I think I'm gonna stick to this color combination. I put gray under for an attempt at depth, and just maybe spend a little more time on this, and it'll be upside down. And instead of putting 2 feathers, I don't know why I did that. I was just rushing through it. I'm just gonna palmer a bunch of the marabou instead, because that will pretty much always look good. Anyway, I used to grow and sell plants, like mulberry trees and stuff like that, but kind of exhausted myself, if I'm being honest. So, and in between that, I pretty much always sell vintage and handmade stuff, I used to make a lot of jewelry and hats and things. Hair clips. More like fascinators, not necessarily hats. I wax this. I don't mind if it's skunked because I'm going to wrap that chenille. I'm trying to utilize this arm and get used to using it. And I only kind of know what I'm doing. Emphasis on the beginner here. What's my shirt say? It says Bronco. It was like $6 in the kids section at Walmart. There's one car that just... There's two. I don't know what the model of Chevy it was. I think it was a Chevy. It might have been a Ford. From the 80s, they're just stunning. The box shape, I don't know anything about cars. I just know what ones I think are like a super treat to the eyes. What am I doing? And this dude, my mom, my friend's mom's best friend growing up, and he also had a tackle shop, Jesus, speak, a tackle shop / corner store, and it was called the corner store. No, it might have had a proper name, but it was right on Southern Boulevard by Flanagan's, and it was a circular building. It was really cool. I loved that place. Used to go there since I was a kid. Robert was the guy's name. But anyway, he had a Ford Bronco, and this thing was navy blue, but like a really pretty navy blue. And the seats were this like burnt orangey brown corduroy. And to this day, it was just the most beautiful vehicle I've ever seen. I mean, I'm not gonna worry about like getting it super, super close. Got some pearl Estes coming because that stuff blew my mind. Forget who makes it, this stuff, but excited nonetheless. It's really hard to choose what materials to grab because it's really easy to go overboard and then have to eat frozen burritos all week. But when, kind of taper it and strategically acquire, that's what I tell myself. But a lot of this stuff, it's like a pantry, and many, many flies could be tied from a bucktail, or I did get more. Hey Thomas. Hey Karen. Hey Barracuda. Oh shoot, see, I keep doing that. Hey Brian C. How's your night going? Hope it's golden for real. It's very fuzzy, but not too fuzzy. And this is the same thing as that Heisenberg tail. Like, I really like that structure. Easy to deploy, easy to remember, and therefore easy to deploy. I forgot what way I went with that, but it doesn't matter. The ribbing in this case is for structural integrity. Toothy bastards. These are those hackle feathers, but I'm using the webby ones. I meant to get a pack of schlappen. I meant to pick up a fly too. Get a shadow box. Multiple shadow boxes. For now, I think it's going to be a giant cork board that's framed until I further prepare. But man, I'm really sentimental with information. I could try to remember where, it's like kind of the greatest thing to pass on is experience and genuine discoveries. I mean, it's human heritage is the only thing I could describe it as, and it's a real treat to be able to interact with it. There's been a decent amount of times where, I'll be real, I kind of jack some of the ideas for jewelry and crafts, because it's really nice seeing any handcrafts to see different, like, finishing techniques, just different ways to manipulate materials. That's all, like, anything is in art or crafting. But I ended up with piles of jewelry, an empty freezer. Oops. Dive. I never know how to tuck the wire. Ah, shoot. Well, crap. Where did that break? Glue. I'll go back a little bit. Okay. Glue. Hi. Oh, I got some Z-mint too. So, about a week, I'll be getting down hard this Christmas. Oh, I'm over the moon at all times, pretty much, in that regard. Other than, son of a snatch, my phone case. I have to cut the magnets off of it. I always said it. Why is it here again? I always leave it on the desk and the magnets grab it and it just tugged this ever so slightly, enough for him to fall, and got a tip. Thankfully, it's not the tip that I used. They slammed on the ground. It took a few minutes to even to assess the damage, I'll be honest, because I actually kept these in my tool bag for a long time. I use stabilization. I'm trying a new, organization method. Not for a living, just learning how to. I am getting a tear-shaped camper, travel trailer, and I'm making that kind of like a mobile thrift shop slash salvage shop. But it'll also, oh shoot, why did I do that? Who knows? It'll also have all kinds of handmade stuff in it, like Kuda tubes, sabiki, stuff that's used on this coast. Maybe I could stock other people's stuff. And if I mean, of course, if, like, I happen to tie anything that does something, but I think I'll be a beginner for a good minute. But yeah, a buddy's helping me with that. Just waiting for the perfect camper, and got a little bit of time to do that, so using that as well. And it could be taken to green markets, festivals, anything. And I don't even have to be there. Other people could vend from it if they want. I know a lot of vendors, so it's not an abnormal, like it's... So there's the tail. And I cut a piece of deck. No, I didn't. Mustn't waste. So, but it's flat. Oh, I suppose I gotta get this off of here. Because then I'll put it on the red bead. And I was thinking about gluing these together, at least tacking it, but nah. And this is just the longest, widest hold bead that I have. And I always forget to look when I'm at... The Walmart here kind of sucks, so their craft section is like 2 things. This got all pushed down, but it's okay. It's gonna be in water. And it's behind a bunch of marabou. Let me get this bad boy on. Hello, Kevin. Giovanni, it's flies. Well, I think this... Would this be a lure at this point? I have never... I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing, but enjoying doing so, doing it. I'm trying to retie this. I tied this relatively quickly because I wanted to see if this worked, and I just had a little bit of tires blocked because minimal experience, so easy to fall into. But man, I did have time. But there's a few missteps that I don't really know why I did. And I might change the color up here, or at least put some red Estas here. But anywho, it has a lot of weight and stabilizing like properties, I guess, to the hooks already. And I was trying to make a hook point up, and just I didn't do enough to achieve that. So I'm just gonna tie this one with the eyes to the bottom, like it wants to swim. And man, it looked great. It looks really great. Now, if I dipped this in water and pulled it out, it would be a very strange shape, but in water, it blew my mind. I'm just going to palmer the marabou, I think, and then, not palmer it, but tie it as 2 collars. Sometimes I forget words have meaning. But that's just a few strands of that long Tigo fly stuff. I can't find anything close to it, and I can't find angel hair. Ooh, one thing I did get is 2 packs of like ripple fibers. Man, I want every color. I want every single color. That with a few strands of crystal flash, that looks scaly, like how, like never would I have thought possible to get that much scalage in the ripple fibers. Hello, Soma Bubby. Hey, Flycraft. Retying this. I was also thinking about trying one of these because this, I couldn't really meet up with this area, but maybe if I did it on this with a bunch of mirror view. But want to do the lead eyes. And I was thinking about tying around lead eyes, but I'm gonna look that up first. Or spinning or stacking, I guess it would be it. Because you could just place it on top. I don't know. But one of those things that I kind of rushed through and then didn't have very high hopes, but put it in water and was enamored. Just the weight really wants to be down, and it's just sand, so I don't know why I was trying to do it all upturn anyway. I do want to get some heavy lead eyes. That's one thing I meant to get. I got the Keen's wax, the buttery white stuff. I meant to get another one of these, but I got plenty. It's just, man, I don't like getting real into something and then it disappears forever. Man, I did not see that limited run thing on the craft fair listing. I get spoiled quick, unfortunately. I went to order pack tonight just to re-up on the pearl, and I noticed it. So I got a few other ones. Because there's brown grizzly, man, the long fibers. Like, I'm sure I could find long fibers, but the pearl with the, I don't know why I go all the way down. What am I doing on this? I guess I'll just continue. And it's waxed and flat, so it's really hugged to the hook. In my mind, that's like a good shelf for tying on, but I guess it doesn't really matter. And I don't have experience to yet, which ain't nothing. I was gonna do like tie it down and then out, but only because I thought it was gonna be really bulky. It's not. Let me see. Hey, Michael. Man, Flycraft, I appreciate that. I experienced this phenomenon, if you will, with every handcraft I've ever gotten into, where it'll be pretty evident progress, or like start off strong and then weak out, and then like evident progress, but then it'll like collapse. But it keeps building. I've noticed it with everything, sewing, cooking. I'm going to wax this. Got more of that peccary too. Gearing up to make bugs. At least grubs. Today, I wish I finished the stream, but was helping hang bamboo as a curtain rod, essentially. Looks really neat. Makes me feel like it looks like a SpongeBob painting, like this one big, thick bamboo as a curtain rod, and it's a pink cotton, kind of hand-dyed Polynesian looking curtains. It looks like something from SpongeBob or something. Like how curtains would be drawn. surreal. I like it, like interior construction stuff, I guess, because it's the environment, or like the one that you exist in. And it's like large scale arts and crafts, so I'm trying to be wary of this, because last time, is that too far down? Yeah, I better, I think I commit to it but too soon, like before really measuring. Make sure it stays up there. Ow. Let me just use the point of the hook to stabilize my hand. Just don't want to slip. Was that too far down? Oh man, flycrafts, yeah. I seen or have you tied on to what's it called? A safety pin? Yeah, I know I asked like like a few weeks ago, I was asking everyone, cause really easy way to get a wearable piece. But I get an ad for this place who makes feather ties, which that was really sweet. Like feather tips for ties. Made a few leather ties before. A friend saw a leather tie and wanted some, so I made a bunch. It was like leather origami, which I keep meaning to get the leather too for strips. I could be cutting strips out of it and wedges. I have so much leather. I was walking by a garbage pile and couldn't help but notice that it was all just scraps of suede and genuine leather. So of course I grabbed the bin of it and have an absolute ton. It was a saddle maker's. I also got waxed nylon. I'm on a mission to at least get all the variations of thread that Flysmith produces. Because, man, the stuff's like thought out. Human mind. Real one human mind. A lot of the fly shops and stuff really blow my mind. It's like, I don't know how to put it. Because everything sounds insensitive. It's like America still. But not, because you got like Scotland and England and everywhere. Because it's a global, again, human heritage. But like UV Craft, like, is made in America. Like the resin itself. As far as my understanding. I might as well gobble this up right now. I wonder if this would work on this stuff. It's not oily. Trying to wrap close to the hook, because sometimes I'll wrap really far away from it for some reason. Some subconscious reason. Alright. No, I don't like it. Fuck. Because I'm gonna be... Well, just gonna have to roll with it. Let's see why it's a bad idea, or I get proven wrong to myself all the time, multiple times a day, so that's why I don't mind going and just seeing it to completion. I wonder if I should wrap something. No. I mean, I shouldn't have put this here, down here, that far. Yeah, trying to learn to cure and carve the tips properly. Then make egg, holy trucks. Oh! Oh man, that's sick. I gotta see that. I thought you were just like wanting to or something. Man, that's sick. Yeah, like when the worlds collide. Buddy that does the rods, at Gulf Coast Customs, asked if he did Q sticks, and but I think it would also be cool to try to do that method, wrapping on a hook and then tying on it, just like hand wrapped hooks. But man, yeah, that's sick. I write with quills a lot. I like the sound they make, because sometimes when I do, like, I haven't done it in a long time, but there's this book called The Artist's Way. I didn't feel like buying it. I read like the first 3 pages on like a sample thing. Damn, I went so low. Well, at least I can't swallow it, I guess. I don't know. But let's see what happens. I can always burn it off. I have a thing. We tried making a beer can quill once, and oh my gosh, that is not a nice sounding quill. But to be fair, I didn't spend enough time on it. Didn't look so bad in the video. I also tried to make an arrowhead out of the bottom of a wine bottle, and man, they make it look easy. I mean, I guess that's with everything. I love the glass, the like salvage glass arrowheads, and anything carved in that way, the effect ends up really nice. Forget what it's called now. I use like a nail or just a blunt, heavy duty rod. I think. Butterfly peacock bass, an introduced species that's active year-round. Oh yeah. Peaks in the summer, often targeted near seawalls, docks, and structures. With lures like inline spinners and live shiners. I've been, excuse me, I've been really wanting to check out the Lake Osborne, because I know they're there. That's the main freshwater fish I want to see in person. Excuse me a moment. Did I not mute that? Good job. Anyway, but that's the one fish I really, really want to see. Freaking beautiful. I see him all the time on Fishbrain. Because I do be on that. That's one of those apps that are actually useful. There's a large amount of people in my area on it, so get to see all kinds of stuff. A lot of those bullseye snakeheads, crazy looking. Before I knew what they were, I saw their eyes once. Well, just one of them. Huge fish. Big, weird, orangey eyes. In the swamp. Okay. Let me think for a sec. Maybe just like more. Yeah, the ripple fibers. I am really excited for those. I didn't know they existed. I saw them in a video. I just always forgot to look at them. Kind of short of one. Just the spines are pretty intense. Rachis, Stachys floridana. Never found that either. Stachys floridana, the Florida betony. It's a root, well, tuber, that looks just like a grub. I think it's tuber. I mean, I'm just gonna go for the marabou. Blows my mind underwater, it does. And it just instantly comes alive. Even in a tiny glass of water. The how it like sticks out and cones out. Unreal. I did use the sides rather than the tip for the tail this go around. I was just so excited to have strong, flat cord to attach to hooks. Cause man, if I could get this, that's biggins. That's huge. Could take them out offshore. At least give them to offshore people. Put that spine directly under the other spine, and then I'll attach the dubbing on the other side, or the chenille. And I'll put some flash. I'm looking for larvalace, angel hair. Looks magnificent. Or anything like it. Just trying to find the thinnest flash I could find. Some different variations of that to mix together to look all scaly. What's that? Oh. There's that one. And then they're the in-between and then more up front, I think. And I did want more body there, and that it is. Find some wire. Oh, maybe I'll use red wire up here. Yeah, it's kind of thick. Oh. Ooh, aggressive. Don't do aggressive. Okay. Pulled out a feather for this, but I lost it. I'm just gonna get one of these. Oh shoot, man! I meant to say I appreciate dropping the facts, man. That's real sweet. Like when I first heard about peacock bass, shoot, I meant to put flash. Just like pull that over there. I thought I said 1891 because my brain just didn't pick up on the fact that it's like a modern introduction. I think the first time I read about him, the next day I was like telling my mom and a buddy that they were here since 1891. So when I reread it, I immediately called my mother and she said, okay. A little bit more, because I'll like slice it. Like so. Oh, I mess it up. And fold it in V formation. I feel like that has a name. Ooh. Ooh, don't do that. Or that. Psst. Probably a good time to add some crystal flash too. Damn, I should have added this wire like. That's okay, I'll just cut them. Okay. I put that really far. Let's do. This is the center. Do a tree. 3 on each side. Move it separately. Not sure how long we'll keep it. The other one had like random long ones. I didn't really like that too much. But man, they're scaly. Ooh, ripple thread. Man, I'm stoked on that. Cannot stop thinking about it. I really wanted the blue and chartreuse. Think pearl into fluorescent yellow into chartreuse into the blue. Yeah, like little bits, little pinches of each. Yeah, real. the EP brushes, if anybody has any recommendations, I really couldn't choose. Some of them were quite pricey, but it was like a fancy name, fancy sounding name, so probably like a fancy lad making them by hand or something, I don't know. They did have a brush maker, like $50, and I could make it, of course, but it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna be going for that anytime soon, but it's good to know it exists, is all. It's just a hook that spins. Seen quite a few do-it-yourself videos on it. I'm just gonna... Hey, what am I doing? What is that? That's that wire. I'll deal with that in a second also. Might as well wax. Still standing for some reason. Let me get a longer one. This one's pretty long. That's nice. Because then maybe I could focus on getting a larger head rather than like trying to bulk up the body from the front, I guess. Let me just tie this on and look up. I wish y'all were here when Ann King was here. And one lad that comes around, Fierce remembers him. Older gent in Ireland. But man, was he a hoot. Be like, cut the opposite way. Oh Lord, you're making me reach for the bottle. It's like the first time I ever tried to tie fly, really. Before I had even a cheap vise. Alright, that. I might switch to the red up here, but that's only if this wire doesn't pick up at all. Which, it's nice and thick. And if I counter wrap it, but this is poofy fluff. I don't do all that. I'm just gonna do this. Always end up breaking something when I try to like move it back and forth. Let me get a little bit more wax and stash this aside. What kind of hook is best for hooking? They're all pretty good. I mean, there are like offset hooks that are said to, what is that called? Like set the hook for you. I forget, self-setting. I forget the word, like the term or whatever. Here's the wire. Make sure that's on the ride and everybody's hands and feet are in the Okay. I'm not too worried about the spaces. Oh. Well, maybe I should prematurely stop this anyway, because to add eyes, and I could put the eyes in between a bunch of fluff rather than just this. Oh, good job. I want to make a vise where it's like on one of those old sewing machine tables, and you push the pedal to release the rotary. What happened? Anyway, shoot. Well, if I'm not gonna go all the way up with this, I'm not gonna reach the longer fiber. Maybe I can just overwrap it. I love this stuff wrapped. The webby hackle feathers. So soft looking. Definitely meant to get a pack of schlappen. Oh, well, that's a good thing we didn't go up the hook. It's amazing how fast things can. Sorry. Alright. Let me just get this out of here. Whoa, let me also tighten that. I always feel like I'm gonna break things because the other faces, like, man, butter metal. Like you could use it like clay. Okay, why am I? There's all kinds of pushing that. I mean, all over the desk. Well, I think I'm definitely gonna take the marabou root still. Um, the fibers are really long. I don't want to trap any. Oh, that works really well. Like brushing through. Mix a few strands. Tactile discoveries. Some things like you could watch a lot, and sense has to be made tactily. At least for me. Hands on. Oh, that is was gonna sneeze, but I guess I just wanted to inhale randomly. Alright. I'll be able to think coherently in a few more minutes. Okay. Now what? Maybe more marabou. Oops, I didn't trim this. I'll delete on that random one sticking out. I'll do marabou and then the eyes. Get some of that. Oh, on the floor of it. Wonder if I should do like short and stout or try to find plumey. I can't wait until I know what I'm looking for in feathers so I can use them like I see it like a wallet, how people sift through the fan of feathers or and just are going through it like they're cards or something. This is so nice. It's just a lovely shape. I'll show that again in a second. I'm not sure. Maybe. Still on the floor, sifting marabou. It's like a very cartoon, kind of perfect shape. Like if I were to try to draw a marabou feather, it would be like that shape, I feel like. I'll do this one. This has more like those fine fibers. Let me go back because I need to get Meteor Vice, but for saltwater soppers. I'm not ready to go much bigger yet. I'll probably go back to smaller flies after a few of these. Oh, raining. Super fluff. Oh gosh. Really raining, nice. Ooh. Snakehead are good to eat as long as the water is clear of contaminants. Oh, right on. Yeah, that's the one problem about, can't find a single clean freshwater spot. Brackish is hard enough, but if you're close enough to the inlets, it's alright. And it's real obvious when a fish lives in the intercoastal as opposed to like visiting for some snackage. A little storm out there. I don't have a store, but I'm gonna have a camper that anyone could vend from. Hoping to get a few like eventually in the future, and just like hire someone to run green markets, all kinds of places, and I'll have like, you know, your basic go-tos like dollar packs of sabiki, and I want to make Kuda tube and make it out of extension cords. I have all the scrap cords for it. And the yeah, there's one thing I don't do is lightning, and that's far too. I saw a twinkle like randomly. Yeah, lightning. Not at all. I have waited in closets for storms to pass. Out west, there's no lightning rods or anything, so it genuinely makes contact with the ground like every time. There it is. It's a far, far ways. But we'll have a little storm. Ooh. I don't want to look at the radar. haven't had many rains, like very, very, very small rains. Shoot, I should toss this down there before it gets too... Oh, it's so scary. Is there anything down there? Is there a person down there? Ah! I don't know why that felt like jumping off myself. Very nice. Oh. Hey! What is that? Did you get little prints? Ooh, what's that? The whole house shakes with thunder. It's crazy. The wooden houses. This is my perspective. Y'all sit there. Yeah, I'll check the radar real quick. It's definitely chilly. I get some more of that flash in there. Yay. I'm looking for long ice dub like this. And larva lace angel hair. Another fun one to say. That and the obvious. There was a Lefty Craze tying fest in Fort Myers last year. I can't believe it's been a full year and I still don't know how to do wet wings. Like, at first I was excited. I was like, man, full year. It'll be November full year, and like, besides like having to go to my parents on a random day where I didn't bring anything, daily tying. Like, not daily streaming, but every single day at least I had something. Even if it was just experimenting or making eyes. But then I thought, oh dear, whole year and I still don't know how to do wet wings. Let's see now. I was just gonna do 2 strands now. Crystal flash. This one I'm just doing plain white, and then I'll figure out what colors. I really want to do some more orange. A lot of the fish up there orange. And then the eyes. This just looks so scaly, especially Marabou is my favorite material with the crystal flash. Because when, and craft fur, when the material is wet and on top of, and like mixing with the crystal flash, it's very scaly. Oh, pulled too hard. Now the eyes, which put them in this big organizer. Should I do? Oh, I never did the red S. Oh yeah, I ran out of red. Large. I meant to get extra large this go around, but waiting for the new product drop at Flysmith, so I've been trying to be a little thrifty because you never know what's gonna be. And like I said, like one pack of something goes a long way, and not everything is produced forever. Slowly finding like how in the moment some stuff is a blend of the past and specifically today. Yeah. Why did I time them like that? Why am I brain farting so hard? Coffee? Oh, I didn't trim those. I will. Feels very bizarre. Just sliding in a very unnatural feeling way. I'm now seeing, well, I'm now making a little gap here, so maybe I'll try to figure out a way to fill that. Some Clouser style, maybe. Excuse me, or gills. Yeah. Alright. Oh, I should have added bucktail, but maybe I'm not gonna do that this go. Just gonna add bucktail for body there. Clouser style bucktail. If I could pull it tight and it poofs out, but like keep it pretty channeled maybe. Let me cut these. Like add it here, tie the fur in there, and then add a clump there. Hey, Blue. Oh dear. Yeah, it was a little gecko. One thing I keep meaning to... How did I do that? One thing I keep meaning to film more is the iguanas. Huge iguanas everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Need me a hunk of bucktail. I got a blue one. And I finally remembered to get red deer belly. Might as well try, I guess. And before I do that, I am gonna grab my perfect cartoon feather. Got a new dresser today. Cypress! Could find really cool stuff in this area for nothing. And man, I'm so sick of particle board. Like, I want to be able to put a cup on something and not have it turn into a marshmallow. I'll be right back. Gonna go to that little room called the when you rest in, I suppose. Alright, so forgot about gills. I do want to add some red shine to it. Maybe they could stick out a little bit. Just cutting some red. Oh shoot. Or hold it longer or try to. Could have done that a little shorter, but if I do the bucktail, okay. Quite like that, honestly. Oh. Just a little something to help the profile. And it might not go as I'm hoping. Oh. think I might have needed more. Alright, sorry for the dead silence, but sometimes you get sucked right into it. Shoot. Just don't want. I think I should have put the bucktail up here. Well, the bucktail was a little useless. I didn't add enough, and I kind of planned that poorly, but, you know, learn for next time. And I was either gonna do bucktail up top for profile or crafter. So it's a bead with some Dacron, 80-pound test, and 2 hook. I should zoom out a little bit more now that it's big saltwater sauper, hopefully. And I just don't know what to do for the top. I should have done like, I don't know, more bucktail. But I always learn something each one. There's always something I should do different, but that's not a bad thing. I vocalize that, and some people immediate response is, oh, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself or something like that. It's like, I'm not. I'm learning actively at this very second. Trying to think if I wanted to add more of that flash. I think I do. A 3D printed hair stacker. So, well, I mean, there's already that there. Right. Hmm. I mean, I guess that's gonna be up pretty soon. Can't wait to start adding color. Let me zoom in on us. Thinking faces. Wax. Closer. Maybe have some Zapagap in this bucktail so we can cut it. Oh, ah, shoot, how did I get over there? I have to brush that out. Oh. Plate. Marked razor. Oops, I get the thread a little bit. No. That movie, I still can't stop thinking about it. It was so good. Triangle of Sadness. Oh. I don't watch that many movies, but saw like a short of a scene or something. All the comments were like, yeah, that movie was sweet. There's a free Someone uploaded it onto YouTube. You could also rent it, but man, I want something more down there. Oh, I know. Little scrap of Vestas right here. Do red. But no. Do pearl if I could find it. Yeah. Oh, I can't go over there. Trying something. Nope. Don't know what that was supposed to do anyway. Just gonna tie it. Gulp. She'll brain fart it out eventually. Trying to fold it over instead. Don't know what the point of this is other than an attempt at a little something, something. It refracts the light so crazy, just, man. I'm not gonna go very far on this, wrapping it, I'm gonna coat it. And I'll get in there. I don't know why that's the decision, but it was. Ah, man, that's gonna bother the heck out of me. How can I get this not like that? I guess that's what learning as you go is all about, is just screwing up and taking notes. But when this is dry, I'll run it under the faucet at the very least. Chinny chin chin. 2 hooks. Whoops. But man, this just is to catch light. It's unreal what that does. I've done a little, not really taxidermy. I mean, I've salted wings and like stuff. Nothing. Well, shoot, I should just grab like a glass cup. Yes, I do have one. Perfect. What was that? Fell asleep last night watching like a demonology or lecture by like really interesting, but I fell asleep, so I guess it wasn't that interesting. And woke up to real audio of exorcism. Oh, out of all the things that I've like fallen asleep with it on autoplay, I woke up to that was probably the most brutal. Cause it's a really old house. Okay. I'll get this thing on a wire. It's just to see how the marabou flows. Get this wire and I'll hold it up. It's gotta get like acclimated. Right, see, I could have used so much more. Got that empty space. But when it's like being pulled, it does look totally different. But yeah, I could use a lot more marabou. That empty space, so maybe marabou's not the answer. Maybe something else first is. That's so pretty. And like tomorrow I'll show you on the pool. But yeah, I need to cover that up a little bit more, I think. But the bead is for my hat, and I gotta find better beads for this. Kind of looks like fly centipede. Need to be looser. I think that needs to be looser too. Yeah, it needs to be more fluff. I would like more fluff anyway. Ooh, so 2:37 here in Southeast Florida. My eyes are on fire, but stoked on this. Yeah. Really stoked on this. I wish I could get it to look a little better. I'm looking at the camera. I just love looking at marabou in water now. Gotta get a thing to make a light. Well, I could maybe make a little, get one of those motors that turn, just to have it go up and down. Whoa, someone's gonna do that. I bet someone did that for jellies. That'd be sweet. But that's it wet. I don't want to drip. The stuff blends together really well. I think I might do black one next time. I just had the flash disappears under that book cabinet. When it's in water, it's wild. So hang this. Yeah. Definitely more fluff, but that is definitely a start. So I'm gonna keep my hand on this so I don't spill it. And okay, maybe I'll just put it by the sink. Alrighty, y'all. Well, tomorrow I'm either gonna meet some people, or I'm going to head out at the pier. So either way, I gotta get up early, make sure I'm nice and awake. But tomorrow I'm gonna make I guess bucktail in between the two, and I'll reverse tie it so it's like a nice like shuttlecock skirt. Those birdie things. Coffee. If there's any patterns or any recommendations to any materials, especially EP brushes, I was gonna pick some up because a buddy wants some EP bait fish. I wasn't prepared. That's a whole nother world. A world within a world. Within a world. And gosh, I might just try to get or make a maker. And I don't know. Maybe I could just like PayPal them like $50 and be like whatever ones would be ideal for this purpose, because there's just too many. Really nice ones, like long ones, short ones. The fibers, like bright green or caddis green or whatever the green is, it's a juicy color. Is it thunder? Tis thunder. Oh, my eyes are like frying shut. Hi, Rob, sorry, that S looks like an E. But anyway, I'm going to skedaddle. I appreciate that, Namaros. I like your name. What do fish see? They're trigger happy. They see flash and the UV, like pick up on UV. Really interested to know even more about that, because I basically know nothing. Don't know what I'm doing, but I enjoy doing it. This one looked really sick in water. I tried this a few lives ago, but too much flash back here. I needed to add something else for like subtle lively movement, because it didn't move all that much. Like maybe some of those like thinner than strands of hair flash, because that twinkles down there. It looks like straight up life force energy. No, tomorrow's sorrows, right on. It's they're flies. I'm trying to tie them a little larger so I can use them with a bait caster, like for fishing, like this. I haven't what's that called? Shaved it. Finished shaving it, but they'll push water nicely and make a lot of noise. And finally back on deceivers too. Still trying to get a little ballsier with flash, but finally tied a blue head. Again, appreciate the recommendations. A lot of times I just don't know what color to choose, and everything is endless possibilities, and fly tying it drives me nuts. If I'm being honest. Like I was like, man, finally something to focus, and because like crafting is pretty endless, and I never know what to make. But at the end of the day here, like it catches fish, which is food, so I feel like the whole reason I was crafting to begin with is to know materials to use to engage with this. And this has a little chartreuse bucktail in it. Tried to make a popper, but again I didn't finish shaving it. And I did order red, so I'm going to be making some of the like traditional red and white poppers, where it'd be like usually balsa wood or cork white, and the big red bar. Some like a lot of the freshwater with the concave red mouths, open mouths. I think that's what it's signifying. I'm not too sure. I was watching the koi fish eat, and it's just so funny. I gotta post the video. It's just like a cartoon. I never sat and watched it as intently as the other day. Popper. First attempt, and I lost my balls, and I couldn't shave it down any farther. I didn't pack it tight enough, but I couldn't do anything more until I seen it in water. Ooh, I did have more. Marzipan with an A. peanuts. Before I start blabbering, like I always do at the end of the stream, because I'm always like out of it by the time I finish. Well, it's 2:46 in the morning. I got up pretty early today. I'm trying to redo my sleep schedule, but anyway. Happy trails. I'm gonna cut myself off now. Oh, that's good. It's gonna be a sad day running out of these. Really good. Really good. Anyway, on that note, I love y'all. If you have any recommendations, I'm just learning here, so learning to tie just about anything I can tie I would ever need or tie for others. I just really like doing so. That's craft from the one that has pearl in it. This one really was inspired by David Kea Smith, which I linked him in the description of the video. And if anybody else has a tying channel, because that they're fine with me linking. I didn't want to just link people's channel without asking. Yeah, anyway, happy trails, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Hopefully a little earlier, but I'll see y'all tomorrow. Rick Rob. Yeah, I gotta get back on poppers. About a week or so, I'll have red, and I cannot wait to get back on them and get a little ballsier shaving. But man, I can't help but just want to wait. And so in the meantime, we'll be tying a bunch of deceivers. And today I was trying to do articulated. This is the one I did yesterday. Just I didn't stream it or anything. I was just tinkering. I still need to trim a bunch of stuff on it. It looks way better than I expected. So I am going to be burning the bit off and doing the eyes on this one too. So they're both swimmable. But yeah, on that night, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Happy trails.